Bigfoot Club, Season 2, Episode 7. I'm your host, Robert Jesse Dominguez, and with me always is...
Not always. But Christopher Lee Colleps.
And...
Ash.
How you guys doing? It's been like 2 weeks since we did a show.
I'm tired.
I'm tired too.
Mucho cansado.
Always. So very tired.
We have the... Tim Clay's last show was like 228 downloads.
Yeah.
So we have to top that. I don't know how we're going to do it, but...
We're just going to download it a bunch ourselves.
The fact that we're here is a miracle. I feel like it.
Yeah, this is the eve of the Coronas.
Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I'm tired of hearing about it.
Me too.
I don't know. I say take it seriously, but don't freak out about
exactly.
it. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to say blow it off and act like it's nothing, but you don't have to raid every store on every corner and lose your mind over it.
Yeah. I totally agree.
I mean, I like to think that people should wash their hands and, clean themselves on a regular.
And don't sneeze on people.
Yeah, and don't just go up and sneezing and rubbing your booger fingers on people. So,
what am I supposed to do my time off?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm flabbergasted by it.
Yeah, it just, and how quick it happened.
Yeah, I think that's the part that's kind of makes you take a step back. Is how fast it moves.
Yeah.
But I think hopefully taking good precautions.
Yeah. I think everything's gonna be all right. It's just
it's another.
We just gotta wait till it goes over.
It's another virus that we're gonna overcome, and
I wouldn't mind staying home some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kiddos got extended 2 weeks spring break.
I think pretty much everybody has.
Everybody
at this
does.
point,
Yeah.
But better to be safe.
I know this coronavirus makes us have to do another move at work, so
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that,
No.
but
but it is what it is.
it is what it is.
So
gotta go with the times.
So I'm glad we're actually back. It's been and we got a couple good 2 weeks coming up. We're going to be doing Ken the Marvelous Marvel next weekend, which is on the 22nd. And then following that, we're going to be doing Brad Freeman on the 29th. So I'm pretty excited about that. And hopefully we can get Luke in for a second or for a part 2.
Yeah, part 2.
So I'm pretty excited about that. But I wanted to do this show on the Four Horsemen of Bigfoot. You want a sugar cube or something?
No, on a salt lick.
So, just like before we started, had you guys heard of the Four Horsemen before?
Not necessarily by that particular name, but I've seen them around on things and in things and heard about them and
Never.
Yeah. Being the skeptic of the group, I'm not. I was kind of expecting that, but it's okay. It's not a bad thing. It's just I kind of grew up on mostly John Green and Rene Dahinden and Grover Krantz. I didn't know that much about Peter Byrne, but as a kid, I checked out books from John Green and Rene Dahinden a lot, and I did book reports on it, and I was like super passionate about it. So, if our library, our DISD library had their books, I would just check them out, and I would just check them out for weeks and weeks, and then turn them back in, and then check them back out again. so
You're that guy.
That's adorable.
Because you're the guy that took the book that nobody else could take.
Because I do remember, like he I think John Green, he wrote like 4 or 5 books, and I was only able to find one. The Apes Among Us, and I checked that one out, and I did a book report, and I remember there was a guy in my second grade class. His name was Michael Nunez, and he was really close friends with me, and he would, as I was writing this book report, he was convinced that we were going to go to the Pacific Northwest and go look for Bigfoot. He was gonna.
You should look that guy up.
He was that guy that says, "I'll go with you, Robert. Let's go. Let's go." I said, "Okay, let's go." Gotta ask my mom first. So,
You should find him and you should go.
I know.
Yeah, that would be cool. After all these years, you finally get to go.
That's how we could start our YouTube channel. Just documenting that journey.
Find Michael Nunez first, and then go find Bigfoot.
Yeah.
That could all be part of the documentary.
Oh,
Tell
that's
stories
awesome.
along the way.
Hunting Nunez.
That's hot. And then Bigfoot.
And then Bigfoot.
Like the Sam Elliott movie.
Yeah.
The movie was really sad.
They don't do documentaries like that. Find your friend, find Bigfoot.
Yeah, that could
Well,
be the name of it.
there you go. I mean,
There you just laid it
if
out there.
nobody's done it before, then there you go. We'll take
Find
the
my
time,
friend, find Bigfoot.
win some awards, and that's how we get our funding.
There you go.
Oh man, that's awesome. Okay. So I'm going to start off with John Green. John Green is like like I was telling you before, this person that I had heard from before as a kid, and when I think he was one of the very first people to start writing books on Bigfoot, and his books were considered like the Bible of Bigfoot, like cause like it was before anybody else was writing stuff. I think Peter Byrne was writing stuff too, but he was writing stuff about the Yeti and stuff.
Yeah.
So John Willison Green, born February 12th, 1927, Vancouver, British Columbia. He was actually graduated from. He got a master's degree in journalism at Columbia University and at the age of 20. So he's got that, and then he went to. I think he went to, what else did he go to? Harvard? Not Harvard, but Columbia University. Okay. So I think he started his Bigfoot stuff in like 1957, where he met Rene Dahinden. And they were two researchers that actually collaborated on Bigfoot sightings and stuff like that. So
Okay, so it was he went to the University of British Columbia and then
Columbia University.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And he actually compiled a database. I don't know how he probably just wrote it all down, like 3,000 sightings and track reports. And so that was that was massive, even for back then and at that time. It was like crazy. And like I was saying before, he had collaborated with Rene Dahinden. I don't know if they were actually still friends afterwards.
Really?
Because they didn't talk bad about each other. I don't recall, but they were friends at first, and
I feel like if they weren't, then we would probably know about it.
Yeah.
Just from what little bit that I was watching videos of Rene. He seems very, very.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Very blunt, to the point man that would let you know everything that you wanted to know.
He was outspoken.
Yeah.
Renee would have let us know if he
let
didn't
me
like
tell you
it.
about this guy.
So
We'll get to some of that a little later on, huh?
So Bluff Creek. He was actually at Bluff Creek in 1958. So that was kind of odd.
Yeah.
But I kind of noticed that he was at Bluff Creek doing there was like some tracks that were deeply impressed to indicate the weight many times over.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he went there to go investigate it. It was in Bluff Creek. So it's just kind of odd how that's the epicenter of the Bigfoot world.
Yeah.
So the BFRO had indicated that Sasquatch and the Apes Among Us is the book that I checked out in second grade.
Yeah.
Was like the best Bigfoot.
You're reading that book in the second grade.
Well, I was. I swear.
That's kind of heavy, man.
I was.
Yeah.
It was the only book they had, and because he wrote on the track of Sasquatch in '68, the year of Sasquatch '70, the Sasquatch found in 1973, Sasquatch and the Apes Among Us in '78. So he took a little bit time off.
Mm-hmm.
Encounters with Bigfoot, and then the best of Sasquatch, Bigfoot. After that, so
You said he was there in 58?
58, yeah,
Because the Gimlin film came out in 67.
67.
Yeah. So 10 years before Patterson and Gimlin were even out there.
Yeah, I think once you get to read Grover's, he was at Bluff Creek too. So, but anyway, but there was like some side notes that I actually didn't know about John Green. He was like, he was the mayor. Let me see here. Yeah, he was the mayor in '63 of the village of Harrison in Hot Springs, British Columbia, and where he he spearheaded the World Championship sand sculpture competition for many years. That I did not know.
How could you not?
I know. So I wonder if he ever did one like a Bigfoot. You know?
Maybe. That's why I was,
Or maybe not. He keeps his personal and political life separate.
So I think like before that in '54, he had a local newspaper and he was the editor. I'm gonna butcher this. Agassiz Harrison Advance was the name of the newspaper.
I think that was pretty good, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. he sold it in '72 to pursue Sasquatch full time.
Wow.
So then
So that's where he got his funding.
yeah, because I remember when we were doing the Bigfoot's the TBRC stuff, we actually wanted to reach out to him, and he was really hard to get in touch with. I think at the time his wife was like really ill, and he was taking care of her, and but it doesn't say whenever his wife passed away, but it says he passed away in May the 28th, 2016. So
Yeah, I watched a really bad interview with him on YouTube, and it wasn't necessarily him, but the people interviewing didn't seem very prepared. But he was very sure with them. Like he's kind of seemed like he was kind of like, you should have done your research and already know this thing's about me.
yeah.
You know, I don't really want to talk about it.
Because I think when we formed the TBRC, we had talked about reaching out to him because he was like the top of our list to come do the Texas Bigfoot Research Conference. And at that time, I remember I think I was talking to Larry Lunn. He's out in the Pacific Northwest, and he was telling me he's a recluse, man. He doesn't take phone calls. He doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to write him. You had to write him, and if he responded, then he responded. But if he didn't, then he didn't. So, but anywho, he had 5 children. Oh yeah, by the way. So.
PT Dubs.
So, he had the shows here that he had a website. I looked it up and I can't find it. SasquatchDatabase.com. I guess I don't know who took that over. I got to research that, see who took over all his 3,000 sighting reports. But that's be interesting to see that. It's like
a lot.
A lot.
It's a lot.
So anyway, I'll pass it on. Whoever wants to go next.
I was looking at it's palsbooks.blog, and it talks about the 10 best books about the Sasquatch by John Zeta.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1 is Sasquatch: The Apes Among Us. By John Green. My guy that I'm going to talk about has the number 3 book. It's Bigfoot Sasquatch Evidence by John Krantz. Grover Krantz. Grover Krantz. He wrote the Bigfoot.
Yeah. Are they brothers?
Yeah, they're brothers, man. They have the same first name, different last names.
Sorry. Oh, shit.
John, which one? Krantz or... whatever. Yeah, throw those on the floor. You don't need them.
It's too funny.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like maybe he should be covered first.
Yeah, because your guy's gonna...
Well, I don't know.
Your guy's gonna take him down. So...
I can see both sides of this coin, though.
Yeah. I think, I think if you're the Four Horsemen of anything, and you're the first ones to come out, I can only think that you're going to disagree about some stuff,
Yeah. I think he was did not agree with his techniques for like interviewing witnesses and things like that. He felt like he led them some, and it's just like I could see that.
Yeah.
Know.
You know, when I was man, I can't remember the name of the class, but it's for my master's program, and man, I can't remember the class. But anyway, it talks specifically about that in therapy. You never want to lead the client into you don't ever want to, do you feel this way, or do you feel this, did you see this, did you hear this, or anything like that. It's what did you hear, what did you see, you know, because leading them subconsciously, they're going to be, oh well, maybe I did, you know. So yeah. And that's what when we did our Todd Standing episode, that's what he did over and over and over and over.
Yeah, he did. That
was one of the things that drove me. One of the biggest things that drove me crazy about that is he would never let them come to their own conclusion. Mm-hmm. He was just constantly just, you know, oh, look at this. Oh, look at, you see how it's shaped and da da da. And I'm like, just let them go over there and look for themselves.
I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
When he went out with Les Stroud, he didn't do that as much, but he did it. And then when Les was like doing his voiceover or whatever, he pointed that out. Like, he wants to believe so bad. Yeah. He wants it to be real so bad that he would do anything to make someone else agree with him.
Yeah. And that's it's way desperate. You know, he comes off as way desperate when he does that. And I was like, just let them go look, and then let them tell you, and then tell them what you see. So, but anyway, we kind of went off on a tangent there. Yeah. Back to Grover Krantz. Yes. So Grover Krantz, one of the Four Horsemen of Bigfoot. He's born November 5th, 1931, and died on Valentine's Day in 2002. He was an anthropologist and cryptozoologist. One of the things that, for him to be one of the big four of Bigfoot, he was a skeptic for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
You know, he drew heavy criticism and accusations of fringe science. Not too sure.
That's basically like a pseudoscience kind of.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's like it kind of exists in the world of reality, but
kind of not.
Kind of not. Yeah.
I guess I should have done more research on fringe science, but anyway.
There's a whole show on Fox back in 10 years ago about it. It had, J.J. Abrams did. It was called Fringe.
It was called Fringe?
Yeah.
I never watched it.
It was kind of X-Files-y, and that was what they investigated, was fringe sciences.
But yeah, that in itself cost him a lot of research grants and promotions.
Yeah.
And it delayed his tenure at university. So
he think he wrote like 10 papers.
Yeah, 10 papers,
and a lot of it got scoffed by all the scientific world.
Yeah, it says like 60 academic articles and 10 books on human evolution, and then conducted field research in Europe and China. But he didn't write much on Bigfoot himself. But when he started to actually do the Bigfoot, that's when he started getting all the criticism, and it they were like, hey, and then it cost him, a lot of money in promotions. In the early 1960s, he worked as a technician. I guess that's Phoebe, Harvest Museum of Anthropology in Berkeley, California. And then he became a full-time teaching position at Washington State University, where he taught from 1968 till he retired in 1998. He taught military history, unfield theory, and physics, and military history, and current events. So, but like I said, he was a big critic, and then he was shown. He saw the Patterson-Gimlin film. And he says he was skeptical, believing the film to be an elaborate hoax, saying, quote, "It looked to me like someone wearing a gorilla suit," and then, quote, I gave Sasquatch only a 10% chance of being real. So that's just surprising to me that he's a Four Horsemen of Bigfoot, and it was only 10%.
Well, he started off that way. I think eventually he got.
Oh yeah,
he got the bug, and he started to.
Because it says after years of criticism, Krantz finally became convinced of Bigfoot's existence after analyzing the Cripplefoot plaster cast gathered at Bossburg, Washington in December 1969. And he also, while he was in Bossburg, he met John Green.
Yeah.
And the two remained friends until Krantz's death. Yeah. So unlike Hoodoo over here that Ash is going to talk about later, they were friends, him and John Green. So I just thought it cool that he started out really skeptical. Yeah. And then he became one of the biggest, Bigfoot researchers. Man, there's so much about this guy. Yeah. I don't know how much you really want me to go over, but there's. I thought it was cool too. He was married 4 times, and he married his 4th wife on his birthday in 1982. I just thought that was funny, and then died on Valentine's Day.
We were talking off show that I remember, like growing up. I think it was on In Search Of, but it could be on documentary or something. But whenever he was into the Bigfoot stuff, he was doing this strange gait.
I saw the video. I was going to talk about,
strange gait where he's walking.
Yeah. But it looks like it should.
Yeah. It looks, when you first watch it, it looks goofy as hell.
Well, he looks really goofy.
But it's actually correct. It's,
Well, there's actually 2 videos. There's one where he's walking outside, and then there's one where he's walking on like a counter in like a lab. Yeah. And when he's on that counter in the lab, he looks really goofy.
I think that's at the Washington State Sasquatch Symposium. Yeah. I actually tried to go to that a couple times when I was like in my early 30s.
I'm gonna go to Washington.
So I tried to go to that, but it was too expensive. Yeah. I said, man, and that's my only regret is that I didn't get a chance to go to that. And I think there was a time when all 4 of them were there. I could be wrong, but I was.
I'm sure there was. Yeah. If they were, I don't know if I said this, but he was born in Salt Lake City.
You actually didn't, so that's good.
So I just said when he was born, but he was born in Salt Lake City.
Is he Mormon?
I don't think it says anything in here about him being Mormon. He attended University of Utah for a year.
He's Mormon.
Pretty sure. He joined the Air National Guard.
Sorry.
Where he served as a desert survival instructor.
Yeah, he's Mormon. Sorry.
Yep. No, desert storm Mormons.
Then he transferred to the University of California, Berkeley. Yeah. He completed a Bachelor of Science degree in 1955 and a Master's degree in 1958. With submission of his doctoral dissertation titled The Origins of Man, Krantz obtained his doctorate in anthropology from the University of Minnesota in 1971. I think, too, that, and these are some smart people, man. Yeah. Like, he was one of the first doctors to ever really come out about Bigfoot.
PhD, yeah.
Yeah, PhD, not doctor, but PhD to come out and, start saying, hey, Bigfoot's a thing, man.
Yeah, because I remember growing up, every documentary or every book tried to get him just because, like, he had the PhD, and so everybody wanted to get his opinion about stuff like that. So I think that's probably why Dahinden didn't like him as much, because he was getting all this play as a PhD, and I don't know. That's just my opinion.
That's from like the one lecture that I watched where he was really getting into him. It did seem more so that he didn't agree with like his research methods, and he seemed like he accepted some things as evidence that Rene didn't necessarily agree. Was it like there's 75 Sasquatches in here? And it's like, no, there's not. It's like like his numbers were always really high, and
Yeah.
just like his evidence was just like, dismissible, inconclusive, but he would use it as hard evidence, and he didn't agree with that. Things like that, which I guess I could kind of see that.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody comes to you and they don't have hard evidence, but they're claiming that
it's all conjecture.
Yeah. Until Bigfoot is found and
dropped dead in front of you.
Yeah, then it's all conjecture. Every bit of it.
Yeah, everyone has their own theories and whatnot, and on experiences and thoughts on things, and some are more excitable than others,
Yeah.
surely, and want everything to be real, and
And
it isn't necessarily.
everybody's techniques are different.
Right.
I mean, they might take some from some and some from someone else, but everybody does it differently. I mean, it's no different than in the paranormal world. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. It's just they're looking for Bigfoot, and the paranormals are looking for spirits and ghosts. So it says Krantz studies of Bigfoot, which he called Sasquatch. Is he a lazy coward? Huh?
No, because he's in the. He was. I think when he was doing it, he was in the Pacific Northwest.
No need to talk to you. No need to talk to you. Anyway, led him to believe that this was an actual creature. He theorized that sightings were due to small pockets of surviving Gigantopithecus with the... Oh, I just had the wrong page. Population having migrated across the Bering
Strait.
land bridge, which was later used by humans to enter North America. Gigantopithecus lived alongside humans, but is thought to have gone extinct 100,000 years ago in Eastern Asia, while the Bering Land Bridge existed between 135,000 to 70,000 years. BP. So in 1985, Krantz tried to formally name Bigfoot by presenting a paper at the meeting of the International Society of Cryptozoology held in Sussex, England. Isn't that where Homeboy is the Dutch of?
Who?
The one that just married the American girl?
Yeah.
They're the Dutch and Duchess of Sussex.
Sussex.
Harry? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Harry and what's his wife's name?
Henderson.
Meghan Markle.
Yeah, there you go. So they're
Sorry.
they're the Dutch and Duchess of Sussex. Anyway,
Funny you should mention that.
Nobody got my joke.
I got it.
I got it. I knew what you were talking about. Assigning
That's
it
relevant later.
to
Oh Lord.
Can I get through this?
Go.
We have to fill time.
We got.
Assigning it to the Binoman Gigantopithecus blackie, although this was not permitted by the International Commission on Zoological Nomenclature because G. blackie was an existing toxin and because the creature was lacking a holotype.
That's the name he wanted to go with.
Yeah, G. blackie.
That's
So-
why I feel like maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know.
Maybe. But it's spelled,
With an I, right?
yeah, it's Blacki.
Oh. It probably means something else.
Yeah, I'm sure it means
I'm sure it's like a
Some sort of
abbreviation or
genus.
something.
he's too smart for me, man.
Yeah.
A species named from footprints.
Footprints.
That was the name of the paper.
Yeah.
Krantz then tried to have his paper titled "A Species Named from Footprints" published in an academic journal, although it was rejected by reviewers.
Dun dun dun.
Ba, ba, ba.
So yeah, I do recall whenever people talked about the Four Horsemen when they were all four were still alive. Peter Byrne's still alive, but they would scoff at each other. And John didn't get to talk that much because he didn't talk anymore after I forgot what year it was, but he kind of quit talking. But anytime someone talked to Rene or Grover, they were just nipping at each other all the time. And I don't think Peter really cared, and he didn't care. So So, but I thought it was kind of funny that, it was visible that they didn't like each other. So
Oh yeah.
it was like, it was shown. I think there's like footage of them. I couldn't find it, but it was footage of Grover and Renee just jawing at each other at some symposium. And it was awesome. It was like probably good, it's good drama to be there and watch it. So,
But John and Grover were friends, man.
yeah.
But I mean, again, you can be friends and disagree and argue, and
Yeah.
but I mean, like I said before, I think any time that you're considered one of the top of anything, or one of the founding fathers, or however you want to say it, you're gonna have your quarrels and your squabbles and all that. I mean,
And probably your ego as well.
oh yeah, your ego is gonna be
Yeah. If there's only 4 people doing it at the time, now it's a saturated market. But
Yeah.
back in the day, it was not. You only had your handful.
And that's a good point too, because now it is everywhere and so readily available. That's what, going back to what John Green did in his database, because he said he has over 3,000 works that he had databased, and I'm thinking, man, that's dedication.
It was.
Now you can just record it. And
Or get an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Record it and then throw it in an Excel spreadsheet, and he had sketches and diagrams. Just all, and I'm sure they all did. But that just that's dedication, and I don't think that a lot of them today put that much dedication into it.
They don't have to.
They don't have to. That's it. They don't have to. And, I think they walk on the backs of these guys. And,
They probably don't know who any of these guys are. They just watch
Yeah.
TV and then go out in the woods with lots of lights and their cell phones.
yeah. So, yeah, that
was interesting.
is. It's all interesting to me. And, for them to put so much effort and so much and lose money. These guys are smart guys, and he's losing time at his university and losing grants and stuff, but yet he still continued to push through for something that he believed in, and you have to respect that. I don't agree with it, but I don't have to agree with it. But you have to respect it. He believed in something and he went for it.
He was probably like the Muhammad Ali of cryptozoology at the time, because he got like not banned or disbarred, but most of his works were not supported at all.
Cryptozoology or anthropology?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was talking about cryptozoology
in anthropology.
In anthropology's platform.
Yeah, I think that's where it got skewed, and that's where he got so much criticism for it, is because he was trying to compare the two and put cryptozoology into anthropology.
It's not.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
even if it's
it makes sense. They're hominoids.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Even if they're not related to us or in our chain of whatever known species, they're still they're still.
Mm-hmm.
It still falls into that.
I bet if he was out now, they wouldn't have so much. He wouldn't take so much heat now.
No.
So
media attention.
Think of anything that's brand new. It always gets heat at the beginning, and there always has to be those trailblazers. There's always got to be those ones at the beginning that take all the heat and that take all the beating and take all the lash, or whatever you want to call it, and all the crap. And then now look at it, like you said, Ash. It's everywhere. Now it's just it's like, oh, Bigfoot, okay. It's
Do you know Bobo?
You want to go with Dahinden?
Dahinden, yeah, he's hilarious. I watched a few, I said it earlier. I watched a couple of his lectures and whatnots on YouTube and
The YouTubes,
and he's a pretty fun guy.
Yeah, he's got a distinctive voice.
Yeah, because he's born in Switzerland and then moved to Canada, so his accent was like an interesting mixture of like Saskatchewan and Switzerland. I don't know how to, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember him saying, "Girl, just because you have a degree doesn't make you smart."
Yeah, yeah. talking about Grover.
Oh, sorry,
But yeah, I guess he had grown up in Switzerland and then moved to Canada in 1953. And around the same time, he heard a radio show about the Yeti in the Himalayas, and he's like, that would be pretty cool to go hunt that thing. And the guy he's working with at this dairy farm said, you don't have to go anywhere, you can find it right here in British Columbia.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, it's like, okay.
Hey,
That
reminds me of you, Robert.
What?
You don't have to go to Pacific Northwest. You could find him here in
Right
Texas.
here in Texas.
East Texas.
Yeah.
Not in Texas.
But oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so within 3 years, he was starting to do research, sometimes with John Green, and he first met him in 1956. And during his lifetime, he did a lot of research, a lot of witness interviewings and physical evidence examination. But he said he never actually got to see one.
Yeah.
Or anything, And that was kind of one of the things that he said, before he died. He's like, he spent over 40 years and he never found it. And he's like, I don't know. I guess that says something, either about himself, I guess, or or what's out there,
Yeah.
I had thought of that whenever I had heard he had passed. I said, man, he never saw it. Because I remember watching interviews or reading some of his books, and he was saying that he never saw one, but he was, he researched a bunch of it and interviewed a lot of eyewitnesses and stuff. But whenever I had heard he had passed, I go, man, he never saw it. So,
but it seemed like up in Canada, he was kind of like the representative. Like if you picture people, when it came to Bigfoot, that was the guy that did it. He was their spokesperson, so to speak. It seems like He said that that character from Harry and Henderson is based on him too. Which is pretty cool. I can see that.
Which character was he?
The French guy.
Right.
He's the damn hard guy.
I think his name was Lafleur.
Jacques Lafleur. Yeah, that was based on him.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that movie in so long. I don't even know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I love that character.
He was the bad guy, but then he
was.
Oh,
he changed his mind. He turned good at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. When because he saw him at the very end, he saw him in the wood. Bigfoot Harry.
He saved him, right?
He saves him.
He grabs the gun and takes it, holds him down and just looks at him.
Yeah.
He looks at him and he's just
because he doesn't.
It just finally occurs to him. It's I get it now.
Because Harry doesn't hurt him.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't like a lot of Bigfoot movies, but I do like that one.
I love that movie. I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I always did.
It's funny too. It's super funny, and
I think we talked about it. My favorite part is where he's doing the siren when he's popping out of the
head up.
That's my favorite part. I love that part. I love it.
I don't know. I think mine was. I think we talked about it already. Where he's watching a lady in the window.
In the hot tub.
Yeah.
In the hot tub, and then he sees a lady putting chicken in the. He looks at both, and he looks concerned and stuff. So
yeah.
It's
I like
funny.
when he's watching TV. And he's laughing his ass off and throwing stuff at the TV and stuff because he's just it's so funny to him.
So that guy was based off of Rene Dahinden.
Yeah.
I guess loosely based off of
Very
him.
loosely.
Yeah.
I guess just because he was just on TV a lot and he did those beer commercials and stuff too.
I think they're making him French Canadian.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's probably easier accent than Swiss Canadian. But it's he traveled a lot with the Patterson-Gimlin film. He said he was the first to take it over to Russia to have it looked at by people. He really appreciated the scientific approach to it and wanted it to be studied. And he traveled around a lot, like United Kingdom and Sweden, Finland,
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
But he took the Patterson Gimlin film to the Soviet Union and had it get looked at and analyzed and all that, and he's friends with a lot of people in the field and stuff, and I think he only had written one book himself.
Did he forward it, or did someone else help him with that one?
Let me see. I think I lost it. Here, hang on. It said, his only book, written 20 years after he interviewed Sasquatch, was written with Don Hunter. Yeah, so he co-wrote it, and it came out like in '73.
That's a shame. All that knowledge.
It seemed like he was busy.
Yeah,
hustling and stuff.
He did a lot of symposiums, a lot of Bigfoot conferences,
a lot of lectures. Like I guess it seemed like he was doing it like really from a very very scholarly approach, I guess you could say. And they said they had a documentary made of them in 1999 about all four of them, which I didn't know about. I wish I would have. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I was seeing. I need to look that up.
I need to watch it. Sasquatch Odyssey.
Sasquatch Odyssey.
Yeah, and it's about all four of them. It's filmed from June to September '98.
Too sweet.
Yep.
I have to say this because I forgot to say this about Grover. He was buried with his dogs.
Right.
He wasn't buried.
He wasn't buried. Sorry, he wasn't buried. He was put in a display. His skeleton was put in a display in the Smithsonian.
What was the name of his dogs?
Icky,
Yahoo, and Clyde.
Clyde, Icky, and Yahoo. Clyde, Icky, and Yahoo.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, so he was put on display with his three dogs. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. I had to come.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
information. They put him in a body farm first, and
that's right.
Studied.
They put him in a body farm, studied him,
and now he's in the Smithsonian with his dogs.
Took his bones and his dogs, but it was at his request. He requested that.
Yeah, because he wanted.
I think I could be wrong on this, but I think Grover and Rene both died of pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, Grover did. Grover died of pancreatic cancer.
Rene died of prostate cancer.
Prostate, okay.
In 2001.
Yeah. I do recall whenever he passed, I was like, I was in the TBRC. I remember we had talked about it, and we were trying to get him into the TBRC first. Him and John Green, and
that would have been a treat.
It would have been a treat to get them. But still, we got Lauren Coleman. But anyway. So,
he
okay.
keeps good records. Just because he doesn't keep good company doesn't mean he doesn't have a good history or whatever.
So, Peter Cecil Byrne. This is a guy.
Peter Byrne, yeah.
Peter Byrne.
This is a guy that actually I knew about, but I didn't know a whole lot about him at all. And growing up, I didn't do. I mean, I was interested like in the Yeti, but I was more interested in like Bigfoot. He was born in Dublin, Ireland, on August the 22nd, 1925.
I loved it all, man.
And he was actually a part of the Royal British Air Force. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that about him either. So
don't know people's military backgrounds.
So yeah, and so in '46 he was part of the Royal Air Force in Bombay, India, where he met up with Peter Saunders from Norfolk, a private Yeti researcher, and they were in the Himalayas, and they met up in northern India with some Sherpas and Nepalese. Did I butcher that? Nepalese. Talking about the phenomenon of the Yeti, and so he was like, because I remember watching it on In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy. Mm-hmm. So, he was involved in. It was like like I was saying before, I didn't know that much about him. In '47, he was in after he left the British Air Force, he joined the British Tea Company of Northern India. And Darjeeling
Darjeeling.
Darjeeling. And so he was doing Yeti expeditions out over there. Like I guess he was getting funding for it and stuff like that. And so he met up with Everest climber by the name of Tenzing Norgay. Norgay. I probably butchered that one too. And he later introduced him to a Texas group oil finance guy by the name of Tom Slick. Mm-hmm. And so whenever I first read that somewhere, I thought it was a joke because like Tom Slick, I thought that was a cartoon.
The whole thing, like
but Tom Slick was he's wealthy. He was wealthy, and he funded all of Peter Byrne's stuff. I think from 57 to 59. And do y'all remember ever watching on TV like this Yeti scalp and hand?
Yeah, it was like in the temple.
Yeah,
and I guess it was one of their wives tried to smuggle a bone back.
Yeah,
from it.
That was actually Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
So, because like Tom Slick was good friends with Howard Hughes.
Yeah,
Jimmy Stewart. That I did not know either. Because
I think, and I might be wrong, I think that might have been on Drunk News or Drunk History, which I love that show because you learn a lot on there, and it's hilarious.
I mean, because like they found, because like the hand is called, I'm probably gonna butcher this too, Pangbuchi, the Pangbuchi hand, and the scalp. It was in Sola Kahumbui region.
Say it again.
Kahumabui region. So probably, and so Jimmy Stewart and his wife Gloria took a piece of the bone and they took it to England.
Like she hid it in her underwear, didn't she?
I think so. which I thought it was like super odd, because I remember hearing the story, but
can you imagine though, being like just hanging out? And,
hey, you got a boner?
No. Like, listen, we have a Yeti bone, and we can take it back to the United States, have it proved that it exists.
Put this in your pants.
But you have to smuggle it, and it's like a secret mission. And they probably gave them money. I don't know. Because they're rich people, and they be doing crazy shit like, Nicolas Cage buying a T-Rex skull on the black market that had been stolen.
That's wild.
Yeah, rich people be crazy.
So I did not know that at all. That was Jimmy Stewart, because like I said, I didn't know that much about Tom Slick and Peter Byrne and all that stuff. So when I read that, I said, "Oh my God." He's probably saying, "Hey, can we steal this?"
I was hoping you do your Jimmy Stewart because it's so authentic.
Can we steal this bone?
Put it in your panties.
Hey, Clarence. So I thought that was so funny. Oh Lord. So apparently, I guess in 59, Tom Slick talked Peter Byrne had come into the Pacific Northwest and started doing research like in California, Oregon, Washington, British Columbia project. He was spearheading all that stuff. And I believe that he was actually in Willow Creek also.
Which is the name of a particular movie. Is it not?
Synchronicity at its finest.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
So he was in Trinity County, Northern California, tiny settlement name called Slayer near the town of Willow Creek. And so the Great Search is what they called it, and I think early 1960, 62, Tom Slick died in an airplane crash, and he was his major contributor to funding for any kind of research. So
shit.
It kind of stopped him right there. So
that'll do it every time.
It stopped him, and I think he ended up going back to the Himalayas and stuff like that. But he also researched like elephants and stuff like that. So he did other stuff as well. So
it makes sense. It's big.
Yeah,
animal moving through a densely forest. Because like in India and stuff, their quote unquote jungles are really just like hardwood forests. They're not like the rainforest or anything.
Right.
So it'd be similar environments to over here too, and be interesting to see how a big animal moves so quietly through.
Yeah.
We talked about that on an episode. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember which one it was, but we talked. I mean, quite a bit on that.
I don't like talking about this guy, but he did do 2 books on Tom Slick and Peter Byrne. Lauren Coleman wrote in '89. He wrote Tom Slick True Life Encounters in Cryptozoology. Then he wrote Tom Slick and the Search for the Yeti, and that was in 2002. It's kind of interesting too because in '99, Peter Byrne, actually he's actually still alive.
Yeah.
He hasn't passed away. So in '99 he was at the Ohio Bigfoot conference. And he's actually there's a picture of him with a friend of mine by the name of Eric Altman, and Eric Altman was the director of the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Society.
Is that a name drop, Robert?
It is a name drop, and there's actually a picture of him with Bobo.
Bobo.
So there's Eric. There's Eric Altman, and there's Bobo. And that's can't remember that guy's name, but anyway,
That's a unique name.
yeah. So he wrote 2 books on the last great elephants. And he wrote 3 other Bigfoot books. He wrote Bigfoot Monster Myth or Man, and then he wrote The Search of Bigfoot Monster Myth or Man. So I wonder if that was a reprint.
It's like he's really creative on his titles there.
So
No offense, sir, but
then he wrote the Monster Trilogy Guidebook. So it's got like Nessie, Bigfoot, the Yeti, and then the Hunt for Bigfoot. So I believe in. I think as far as he was researching all the way into 2011, and I think he just retired after that. So he actually got together like a DNA extracting group. Doesn't say who, but he was doing a lot of this stuff in Northern California, and I think he just retired after that. 6 Rivers National Forest in Northern California. So
There's an article here, KGW8 in in Oregon. It says at 93, Oregon man still walks the woods in search of Bigfoot. Peter Byrne has spent much of his life looking for Sasquatch. And it says in Tillamook County, Oregon, a 93-year-old man who lives in Oregon's Coast Range has a pastime most of us wouldn't expect. He may be in his 90s, but that's not stopping his hunt for Bigfoot. And this was published July 22nd in 2019.
he also has a very good voice. I was watching some little clips in here, and little old man with his walking cane and just trekking right along.
yeah,
So
in the woods. It's like,
yeah,
he looks
they
like
never walk down the middle of the road. They walk over here on the side, and they say that tigers and lions do that, so they can just like dip down there into the brush.
that's pretty good, man. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah,
so
there's a thing I can do.
he retired from the Lime life and retired on that, but he's still walking around out there looking for him.
Yeah, it shows on here that he was like doing Bigfoot conferences in '99. So
Yeah.
which is cool. I think I had just missed him because I went to the Ohio Bigfoot conference in 2000, and so I just barely missed him.
Man, you just missed him.
I just missed him. So I think Luke was there at that time. I'm gonna ask Luke if he recalls
Call him
meeting.
right now.
Let's
Call him. Yeah, call him up. Luke!
So we are 54 seconds in.
54 seconds.
54 seconds.
54 seconds. So, anywho, I'm pretty happy that we're actually talking about that because it's like the foundation for me. I mean, the Legend of Warrior Creek was kind of like it's the very beginning for me. It like catapulted me. But these four guys, well, the three guys that I remember. I don't remember Peter Byrne that much, so sorry, Peter.
Really?
But
And he's still alive.
He's still alive.
But I recall just trying to engulf myself in the books and whatever these guys were doing, and I go, there's actually guys researching Bigfoot, they're writing books about it. That means I can do it too.
Yeah, you and Nunez.
Nunez.
We need to find him.
Y'all are
So-
going to the Pacific
Finding
Northwest.
Nunez.
Finding Nunez to find Sasquatch.
Oh,
You can get in touch with some people. We can start. Get some
I'm sure you could find him.
yeah,
Maybe he's already found Bigfoot.
maybe.
Maybe.
He's
Maybe you sparked something in him and he went on this lifelong journey and he's found him and
he's probably got 5 books out already.
he's been looking for you the whole
Damn,
time.
Nunez. Why did you holler? Fuck you, Robert.
No. Oh man, that's awesome. I did want to say that currently right now we're at 2,146 downloads.
All together.
Yeah, as of today.
One day, that will be per episode.
I know.
That would be nice.
That'd be awesome.
One day.
Awesome.
We're working on it.
Everything is awesome.
And, we're on a slow incline. It's every week it seems to be more and more. So
It does. When I look at our page and I see the number of downloads per episode, it goes up each week. But I can tell you, the only one that doesn't go up, and it's been there for a long time, and it's still at only 70, is Mean Girls.
And Mean Girls was the funnest one I had.
I know, it was like, that was one of the funnest episodes we did, and
maybe, I don't know.
it's sitting at 70.
Oh well.
So
I got bigger fish to fry.
I got surplus. But yeah, that was a fun episode. But it said 70, but all the rest of them are pretty close. They're either at 100 or pretty close to 100. So
That is super odd.
it is really. I don't know what it is about that one.
It's all about hit and miss. Learn from our mistakes.
But yeah, they're climbing. People are listening. People are getting on board. I think the word of mouth is what's going to keep us going. And like we always do, we shout out to our listeners. Thank you. We appreciate it. Keep downloading.
Yeah, I started posting our Facebook page and our Twitter handle on all that now. So hopefully we start getting some more traffic. As of this month, we have 272 downloads in the U.S. We got 12 in the United Kingdom, 4 in Australia, 4 in Ireland.
Arlen?
Who says it like that?
like King of the Hill.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it you? Are you doing?
You know
King of the
that's
Hill
not
House?
real. That's not
Who says it like that?
Arlen.
Ireland.
Ireland has 4. Canada has 2.
Arlen.
Kenya.
So Brazil 1, New Zealand 1, Singapore 1.
Singapore. Nice.
Interesting. So right now, and also like in the U.S., we're actually this month, Washington State, the Pacific Northwest,
Wow.
38 downloads.
Not New Texas.
Texas 24, New York 12, California 11, Massachusetts 10. That's interesting.
It is indeed.
So interesting. Maine 10, Oklahoma 10, Ohio 9, Georgia 9. That's odd. Tennessee 7, Florida 6, Illinois 6, Arizona 5, North Carolina 5, Missouri 4, Utah 4, Pennsylvania 3, District of Columbia 3, Colorado 3, Kansas 3, Maryland 2, North Dakota 2.
So it's Arlen and it's Marlin.
Maryland.
Marlin.
So I think that's kind of odd. And so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Kind of all over, man.
Yeah, we're all over the place.
And that's all for this month?
Yeah, just for this month.
Yeah.
We ain't been
So-
doing shit this month.
I'm really surprised with this Android player. We got 55. iHeartRadio, which is our newest contributor one, 52. Stitcher 50. Mobile Safari 31. Spotify 23. Podbean app 22. Google Podcasts 13. Chrome 11. Stage Fright 9. That's probably
So iHeart is like that's like our best one.
Yeah.
And that's our
right
newest
now.
one.
Yeah, it's our newest one too. And I'm kind of
So and
That's interesting.
we missed one this month, right? One show this month or two?
two.
That's what I was gonna say. We missed 2 shows this month, so that could be why we're having a down month.
Well.
We missed 2 shows, so
And
Sweet's tired.
yeah.
so those are our analytics.
I fell asleep at 4:00 in the afternoon yesterday,
So did I.
and I slept all through the night.
I don't
Yeah.
remember. I was probably painting a house at 4:00.
And like laid down 4:00, 4:30 because I got off at 3, and it's like I set my alarm for 7, so I'll get up and so I don't sleep that late and I won't be up all night because I gotta get up and nope. I woke up at 1:30 and I had no idea what was happening. I was like in a panic, and it took me forever to figure out what day it was.
I hate it when I do that.
Yeah.
I hate it when I do that. Like tonight, I mean, I started painting my fireplace, and I looked down and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta go do the show. Just got caught up in what I was doing, and I was like, oh dang. And then you
Yeah.
texted me and you're
Yeah.
like, hey dude, you on your way? Yeah, I'm on my way, man. Had to paint.
Because we have to do a show.
Yeah.
Because I'm almost getting like messages from Earl the Pearl.
Yeah, I see. He on the Facebook. He's hitting us up. He wants to talk wrestling all the time, man.
Earl Kennedy at Dish Network is the guy I used to work with. You know, shout out to him. Thank you for downloading us, Earl the Pearl.
Yeah.
So, and Tim actually texts me on Monday. He goes, "Are you guys okay?"
I don't know. It's been 3 weeks for him because he listens to us on Monday and then he didn't listen to himself. So
Yeah,
like,
he actually
you
I
know.
think he broke down and listened to himself.
Really?
And he said,
Did he?
Yeah, he said it was pretty good. So
yeah, we did.
Tim, you're only the second most downloaded one, so I think it's more than pretty good.
He's top now, I think.
yeah, well,
No, he hadn't passed the pilot. The pilot's still.
Oh well.
The pilot's still top. He's at 228, and the pilot is at. Let me see.
he'll probably beat it eventually.
Yeah.
The pilot is at 250.
So that's coming in from either end. You know.
So.
Yeah.
So he
That's good,
he
though.
passed Mean Girls on the first day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He blew Mean Girls away on the first day.
But man, I think we're gonna do a lot better the more guests we get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
look
does.
forward to getting more people in here and bringing people back too.
Yeah, I think when we bring Luke back, it's not a competition between Luke and Tim. I'm not trying to set it up like that. I just think it's the more we get guests in and the more it flows and we bring them back. It's just
I
gonna.
like to have them all, man.
I would love
Yeah,
to
that
sit
would be
down
pretty
if we had enough mics to get them
Yeah.
on.
We figured it out. We have to share.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
to wait until after.
yeah.
Don't-
Don't do
passed.
it now because we don't want the coronas.
This is a horrible time to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
bring a
Have
lot
them call in.
bring a lot of spray. But yeah, it'd be cool just to have a round table with all of them and just have them, pick each other's brains and talk and share memories and stuff like that. And
We need to go out on location sometime too.
exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking have a round table, out in location, do a campfire, sit around it, talk, and do some I think that would be awesome.
Put some honey in
Yeah.
the old coffee
Yeah.
can and
I remember first time I talked to Luke about he was building this concoction that he thought that Bigfoot would be interested in. I think it was like wild berries, like Mexican plums, cantaloupes, and some honey and some other stuff. And
I'm interested in that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds pretty good to me.
Well, he would.
I just ate a whole mango a while ago, so
He would put it like in a T-shirt and then wrap it up and then let it sit overnight. And it'd get all ripe and stuff.
Yeah.
And it got stinky, and then we would hang it like in trees. But
I wonder. I bet that might be more tempting because to me that sounds like a good way to make some
hooch.
some hooch.
Yeah.
Some
That's exactly.
squatch hooch, and
Yeah.
you know.
Bigfoot hooch.
Squatch hooch.
And
I like
bet,
that.
You know, I've heard that
We
they do like that. You know,
Yeah.
they'll get into dumpsters and stuff like that, and they like.
We need to
get
patent that.
party.
Yeah,
Woof.
we should patent
Just
that.
get some cantaloupes and put them in a T-shirt
Yeah.
and just leave it in the woods.
just know that we said squatch hooch first, so don't go out there and try to use it. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put that on a shirt or something,
I
man.
know.
That's awesome.
Watch hooch. You probably shouldn't.
It's stinky now. Then see about it later.
Yeah.
It's even worse the second time.
Yeah.
So,
It's even worse the second time around.
but I'm
I don't have the Coronas. I'm just coughing.
hey,
okay?
no coffee, man.
No coffee. I'm passing Coronas everywhere.
Yeah. So next week we're supposed to have Ken the Marvelous Marvel, and Ken is like a really good friend of mine and a guy I research with a ton, and we've been to Oklahoma and South Texas and East Texas a lot, and I'm real excited about having him on. And I'm telling you right now, he's a character, and he's.
I heard like 30 seconds of a phone call in the office when we were still back in our closet, and yeah. Because he was going off, and Robert had him on. Robert was in the office, and I wasn't in there whenever he started talking. But I came in, and Robert had him on speakerphone, and I was like, I remember distinctly. How can he say he's so big and so big of Bigfoot if he hadn't even been in the woods?
Yeah.
Who could he possibly
He
be
talking about?
I
Yeah.
wonder who he's talking about. I just remember that because that's the first thing I heard when I came in. He didn't even get in the woods. He never got dirty.
Yeah, he used to work me up all the time. He used to call me, and at the time I was at the time about the incident. I was pretty pissed off about.
The incident.
Yeah,
That's what it's
yeah.
called.
So-
Incident, yeah.
And so he
We're
would
gonna put that on a shirt too.
no.
It's gonna be on Dateline. Like, this is your lifeline. The incident.
The
occurred.
incident.
And so he would call me up and he would say, "Hey Bob," like he sounds like
Yeah.
a smoker from
Oh
the
my
East.
God, listen to me, Robert. Listen to me right now.
So he would call me and go, "Hey Bob, guess he's been talking shit about you. He's been like texting and he's been going on forums and talking shit about you." I go, "Kenny, don't start. I swear."
But Robert, guess who it was? Guess who it was?
Who was it?
Guess who it was? No, I want you to guess who it was.
No.
Just guess.
I know, right? It's like, give me a break, dude. But he used to do that all the time, and he knew that the Oak Cliff would ooze out of me.
Ooh.
And I would,
Ooh, gangsta.
because I was nice most of the time, but as soon as you start talking about this one particular cat with the TBRC, the Oak Cliff would ooze out of me. I said, "Oh Lord, I'm gonna whip his ass." So, because I do
very long fight. I don't think.
no, it wouldn't be. But he used to like. I think it was like in maybe 05, 06, He would message me on Messenger on Facebook, and he would try to bury the hatchet with me at the time. And I was going because he was talking a bunch of noise about us doing stuff in Lamar County, and I used to get real pissed off about it. But I would always confront. He would like message me, "Hey man, what's up?" And I said, "Why are you messaging me for, dude?" And he would like he would say, "What? What's up?" And then I would message him back saying, you know, I know what you're saying about us in Paris and stuff, Paris, Texas. And
But listen, why would you do some work for him to take credit for?
Yeah.
Again? I mean, come on.
so I used to always end each message by, I go, dude, I know your address in in East Dallas. I can be there in like 15 minutes. We can handle this outside anytime you're ready. And he would stop messaging me after that. So
he doesn't get dirty, man.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He doesn't go outside.
But anyway, sorry. I just went off.
Anyways.
Get off your soapbox.
I know I just went off on a tangent on that.
It's hard not to sometime.
So, what else do you guys want to jab about?
Hey, I wanted to bring something up, and I thought you would probably be happy about this
Okay.
because I hound you all the time about it. I went and I watched Drew McIntyre wrestle.
Did you really?
I did. Because I'm so hard on the guy.
Yeah.
I'm so hard on him.
Okay, let me ask you. What did you watch?
I went back. I think it was. What was the last pay-per-view?
It was Elimination Chamber.
The one that he got. It was the one that he got the opportunity to go against Brock.
It was Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was which one it was. The Royal Rumble. No, it wasn't the Royal Rumble. It was before that because it was a one-on-one match.
Before the Royal Rumble is the TLC. Should be TLC.
Did he fight one-on-one there?
I think so, but I don't.
Because I don't even remember who he was fighting.
Let me see here. Let me look at.
I don't remember if he now.
But what caught you? What?
Okay, because his first stint in WWE, he sucked.
Yeah.
Okay, he sucked, and I was like, why are you bringing this guy back? Because he sucked so bad. That's why he got kicked out the first time. Mm-hmm. And then when he first came back to WWE the second time, I didn't even give him a chance. I didn't give him a chance because I just didn't think he was that good. And I'm not gonna say that he deserves to headline WrestleMania. I'm not gonna say that. Mm-hmm. So don't get too excited.
No, I wasn't expecting to do that.
But I will say he's a whole lot better than he used to be.
Yeah.
And I wish I could remember who he. Man, I watched AEW last night and I couldn't even tell you what matches. I was so tired and so. But anyway, I just remember watching him and thinking, okay, this guy's not so bad. Mm-hmm. But he still doesn't deserve to headline WrestleMania.
Well, here's the thing right now is that I watched Smackdown on Friday and they did it without fans because of coronavirus. Mm-hmm. So they did it without fans, and so
that must have been weird. Man.
It was weird. It was weird watching. I had a hard time watching it, to be honest with you. I really did because like.
I mean, if you think it's weird for you, how weird did it have to be for them?
Yeah, because it's like I think Sasha and Bailey were fighting Alexa and Nikki Cross. And Nikki Cross was trying to raise the crowd. There was nobody there. She was like trying to wave the crowd, to support them and stuff. But anyway, Roman had an interview on there, and he was interviewing with Michael Cole, and he is thinking that he's going to be the main event at WrestleMania with him and Goldberg for the Universal title. And so I thought that's kind of odd because I know Brock wants to be the main event with Drew, and I think they should be the main event. That's just me.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah, I know.
Because McIntyre doesn't deserve it.
Well,
he doesn't deserve it.
Well, I'm just telling you right now is that the pop he gets.
I mean, I get it. I understand that the people like him. I understand that. But how much do the people love CM Punk?
There was different times.
It doesn't matter different times.
Well, I'm just telling you, he gets the pop, and so he's probably going to get the main event. So
he doesn't deserve it. He does not deserve it. There are way, way more deserving individuals in the WWE right now than Drew McIntyre.
Well,
Way more.
They're probably not getting the pop he is right now. So there's Blue Diamond.
Yep. CM Punk got more pop than anybody.
I know, but that was like 2011.
It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean,
the owner is the owner.
It's different times, dude. You can't.
Yeah,
you can't.
I can.
You can't compare like I don't know, the aggression area to right now. It's different. It's different times.
I can. The attitude era.
Well, that's after it.
Yeah.
The ruthless aggression. So it's two different eras. It's different.
I'm just bringing up the attitude era because you're saying you can't compare eras.
Well, I mean, ruthless aggression was right after that. So.
I know.
But I'm just saying there's two different eras. But anyway. So
he doesn't deserve it.
We'll agree to disagree. So anyway.
Brock doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, he doesn't, but he brings in the money, man. People want to see him. People want to see.
I don't know why.
People want to see him lose or win. That's the way it is.
Annoying.
As soon as they find someone that can draw more than Brock, then Brock's gone. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. But there's nobody out that can bring. I mean, if The Rock came back, he's not going to come back. But if he did, he would outdraw Brock any day.
Stone Cold.
Anyway,
Stone Cold.
No, he's too hurt.
He would outdraw Brock.
He would. He would.
Hands down.
He would, but he can't wrestle. No. I'd love him to wrestle, but
he could drink beer and flip people off and still outdraw Brock.
Yeah. So, anywho, we can talk about something else.
I just wanted to bring that up because I wanted to eat a little bit of crow because I'm not afraid to eat crow. Drew McIntyre is better than he used to be, and I want to give him a little credit.
I'm trying to think who else has a bigger pop than Drew right now. Let's see.
I don't know. I haven't watched. That's the first time I watched WWE in months.
You know what really bugged me was that at this time last year, Rusev had a pretty good pop, and they shot him down. And then Bobby Lashley had a pretty good pop, and they shot him down. And I think right now the biggest pop right now is Aleister Black, because he's already beaten AJ
in WWE.
Yeah, he's already beaten AJ. He's already beaten Seth, and he's beaten what is his name? That bald-headed guy that used to be with Bray Wyatt. You know what?
Rowan.
Rowan, yeah,
Eric Rowan.
Yeah, he beat Rowan because they had Rowan going on a roll recently, and he was beating everybody. And then Aleister Black had a match with him, knocked him out. So he's probably the next guy I think they're gonna put up. So anyway,
I'll tell you who's really caught my eye. And like I said, I haven't watched wrestling in a long time. I hadn't had time to really watch anything because I've been fixing the house.
Right.
But who I really really like and who's really caught my eye, and I like his persona. I like him on the mic. I like him in the ring. I like everything about the dude, and that's Darby Allin.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I loved. I was kind of surprised you were going to say that.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Well, to be honest with you, he doesn't really talk that much.
I know he doesn't talk too much, but what he does, when I say on the mic, I mean his performance
on TV.
On TV,
okay.
His presence. It doesn't have to be like talking on the mic. I'm talking about just his presence.
He's a little skater guy.
Yeah, his performance.
Yeah,
he's the guy is. I like everything about him, man. He's awesome. And I tell you, another guy you got me hooked on. And I think it's just freaking cool. And I think it's good for wrestling. And I think the AEW needs to keep him around for a long, long time. Is Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
They need to keep him. Do whatever you got to do to keep that guy.
Yeah.
He's just his whole character is awesome.
Yeah, I was telling Ash about it. I think when I think the night it was premiering, she walked over to me and she goes, "Hey, what do you what are you gonna watch?" I said AEW because I'm gonna watch Orange Cassidy.
Yeah,
because he was wrestling that night. And
yeah,
I was excited and because like he has this sloth style they call it.
Yeah, but he's funny.
He's funny,
and he's such a douche though. You know what I mean? But that's what makes his character so awesome.
He wrestled Pac, Neville. And Neville's a great athlete.
Oh, man, he's outstanding, man.
He's top of the line.
Yeah.
He's top of the line. And he hung with him.
Yeah.
and like you can always tell when someone's wrestling that they either work together or they're good at what they do. And he didn't miss anything, you know.
Yeah.
Like every now and then you'll see, okay, they kind of botched that, but they were in sync the whole time.
And what was so cool is because Pac is so intense, man. He is balls to the wall, intense, just crazed maniac all the time.
Yeah.
And Orange Cassidy's just cool, laid back, chill. So the contrast of their styles together was that was a great match, man.
His T-shirt is the top seller in AEW right now.
Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, it goes for like $35.
Yeah.
So I actually thought about buying it too.
He's just his.
Do it.
I know.
He's just one of those characters that just works, man.
Yeah.
It just like Darby Allin. His character just works, but he's going to get so much better. Is what's crazy is he's this good now, but the more he wrestles and the more he's in there with the guy. The first match I ever saw him was against Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
And when I saw him fight Chris Jericho, I was like, man, this dude is hanging with one of my all-time favorite wrestlers ever, and I think one of the greatest wrestlers ever. And this dude's hanging with him, man. Now you could tell that Jericho's carrying him.
Yeah.
But that was his first match against...
Yeah, the kid's like 173.
Yeah, he's tiny.
Jericho's, I think, like 215, 220.
I think he's 220.
Yeah, so... It's like it's just I first saw Darby Allin on, I think it was their Double or Nothing pay-per-view before they formed AEW, and he was in the, I think, the Gauntlet match or the Royal Rumble match, not the Royal, but the Rumble match, and they had this guy named Johnny Havoc. And he was like, he's kind of dark, and he uses a staple gun, and he staples his tongue and stuff, all this crap.
Havoc.
Yeah, it's Johnny. I think his name was Johnny Havoc, but he's not there no more because he actually got in a fight with somebody, and they.
I thought Havoc wore the bodysuit.
No, you're thinking about the Impact Havoc guy.
Oh, it's not the same guy.
No.
Okay, I was like, because
no, he's this guy's British.
Okay,
his name's Johnny Havoc.
Never mind. I didn't mean to interrupt.
He looks like Marilyn Manson with short hair. So that's how he looks. He's got the black coat and.
And he staples
eyeliner.
his tongue?
Yeah, he has a stapler and he staples his tongue.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
But he had a match. He was in the ring at the same time Darby was, and I already liked Havoc already, and I saw who's this other guy trying to copy his style, but Darby was better, and because Joey Janela was in that one, and he's kind of crazy about falling on tables and barbed wire and stuff like that. But
I was gonna say when you were describing this Havoc guy, I was like, kind of like you're describing Darby Allin.
Yeah, but he's British, and I think he got in a fight with what's his name, the Perfect 10 guy.
Oh, Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, and he got in a fight with him, and I think they kicked him out of AEW. So
is Dillinger still there?
Yeah, he's there.
I like him too. I've always liked Ty Dillinger.
I think he got hurt, and so he's actually in recovery. So
I liked him I didn't think he got enough push in WWE when he was there.
Yeah, I think I've been listening to AEW's podcast, and I was listening to Jim Ross talk highly about Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy too. So it was. I thought, if Jim Ross is talking good about you, then you're pretty good. So
because for him to take the time,
yeah. So anyway,
but yeah, I just those two right now are just skyrocketing, man. They're gonna be big.
Ash, you want to add anything to it?
I was just sitting here thinking, it's like, when I get done with this, I'm going to get to watch Westworld.
I know Ash doesn't like talking wrestling. So.
Well, I just haven't been paying attention lately, so I
Yeah.
don't have anything to interject because I don't know what's going on.
I think if Jericho wrestled all the time, she'd watch.
Probably. I fucking love him. I was listening to him on Justin Long's podcast today.
I didn't know you were such a Jericho fan.
I don't necessarily like wrestling wise, but as a person, I think he's fucking funny as shit.
He's
Yeah.
awesome.
And I like his band and stuff, and he just seems like a cool dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, his song. I was going to talk about it. Judas. I listen to all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Every time we get in the car to go to lunch or if we ever have like a time where we can sit down and have a break, he's playing that song.
You should go see him, man.
Yeah.
What's this?
It's Fozzy.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fozzy is the band.
I think what I love about it so much is that like Jericho is like he's consumed this so much is like his character is like whenever he comes out and like he comes out at least once a week now because I think they kind of want him like on AEW.
Yeah,
and so when
the fans want him.
So when he comes out, the whole crowd sings his song and you can hear the music, but as soon as the music stops and cue, the fans will sing it to her like 15 seconds longer. I think it was awesome. And like he sucks it in.
Yeah,
you know?
because, I mean, he said he only wanted to be two things when he grew up, was as a wrestler and a rock star.
So he's both.
And,
He's both.
Yeah, and he said that he can only do the wrestling thing for so long, but he could probably play music for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So he's good.
He's
go,
and
man.
I was gonna say, and he's dang good at both.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I said, he's one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, man. He's done so much just for the sport of wrestling. Any promotion that guy is in is gonna be known just because of him. Just for wrestling, he's done so much.
He's so funny and so quick-witted. I love just listening to his interviews because that's like,
I know.
Yeah.
He just
You know,
boom,
it's
boom, 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 boom.
hilarious.
And
He's quick and he can come up with funny stuff.
I know
and
it.
then like really good storylines. And I know he didn't. The reason why he left the WWE is because he was pitching on these ideas,
And they shot him down,
They shot him
man.
all down, and he's okay.
And it's like, why? The guy's a genius.
he knows his worth and he knows
Yeah,
what he's worth. Dude.
Yeah.
He's like,
and
So for and again, WWE is going to do what they do, and they want control and all that good stuff. But
yeah,
and he did touring a lot too because that album took off. What was it, like 3 years ago? I
Yeah.
guess. And he had a #1 hit with that song, and so he did touring with like Judas Priest and all kinds of bands like that, you know. And it's like he was able, whatever, fuck wrestling if he needed to be. He
exactly.
can just play rock and roll because he's good enough and he's got a following. It's like his fans will go to all platforms basically.
And there's a bunch of them that try to do other things and they're okay at it, and it's not. But he's good. He's freaking dang good,
Yeah.
man. And I don't know. I could talk Jericho.
yeah.
For a long time.
What I love about him most, and he never talks about it, or no one ever talks about it, is that he can speak really good Spanish. Because he went down to Mexico and he wrestled down there, and he learned Spanish.
Yeah.
And then when he went to Japan, he learned Japanese.
Yep.
So I mean, he doesn't brag about it, but he can do it. So I thought that was awesome.
Well, he said that when he was there, he wanted to respect the culture, and he wanted to be on a level to where the fans could understand him. Mm-hmm. That was his biggest thing for learning the language, is so he could communicate with the fans, because that's what it's all about to him. Mm-hmm. It's all about his fans and his people, and he wanted to be able to communicate in their language.
Yeah,
he's going to them. So
I remember listening to a podcast about him. He was talking about Sin Cara. Do you recall him?
Sin Cara?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. That was one of Kylan's favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, he was probably one of the Mexico City's biggest wrestlers.
Sin Cara was
huge.
Huge.
Whenever he made it here, he didn't know English.
Yeah.
And Jericho approached him and told him, "Hey man, you should learn English or get you a coach or something." And the guy didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
And guess what? He kind of fizzled out,
He
man.
fizzled out.
Yeah.
So, and Jericho was saying, you know what? He had all the talent in the world.
He did.
This guy was great. He could have been like, a movie star.
And they try to revamp Sin Cara with another person, but it didn't not with the original Sin Cara, but
The other guy was really good.
yeah, he was.
He was actually stronger.
Yeah.
And he was bigger.
Bigger. He was a lot bigger.
And they didn't ever give him they didn't give him a push.
I was gonna say they never pushed him. But
if you're not Rey Mysterio, you're not getting the push.
yeah. But it's hard. It's
easier to push Rey Mysterio.
I was gonna
He's little.
It's
Yeah.
hard not to push Rey Mysterio because he's freaking awesome.
619. That's all I gotta say.
The Swiss one name. But
No, 619.
but yeah, it's hard not to push Rey Mysterio because
Yeah.
man. I remember when he killed that dude in the ring. You remember that?
Yeah.
And he took a long hiatus after he did that.
Yeah,
I didn't think he was ever going to come back.
I didn't think so either. The guy he killed was just a fluke thing.
Yeah, it just happened, man.
So
But I remember when that happened, and I was like, "Dang, that's the end of Rey Mysterio." And I just thought he would never come back. But it would be hard to come back from something like that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, it's.
Did you ever watch the video on that?
Mm-mm.
Did you watch the video?
Yeah, I've seen it. I only watched it once. I didn't want to see it again.
It was Conan was on the ringside.
Yeah.
And this place was so unprepared for it.
It was such a crap hole, man.
So they actually carried him out. They unhinged the door, and they put him on the door and carried him out.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have paramedics or anything around at all. So it was. I mean, I think the guy died instantly.
Yeah.
But
Well, they said as soon as Mysterio did the kick, just a fluke, man.
Yeah.
And it cracked his neck, man. But
it didn't even look that bad.
it didn't.
So I've seen him kick people harder.
But that place was such a crap hole, man.
Yeah.
You could tell just by the video how crappy that place was.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought he wasn't coming back, and then when he came back, I was like, oh man, that's
It
awesome.
had to be hard.
Yeah, had to be. I mean, because every move you make, you're thinking, holy crap, this could kill somebody. And,
Yeah.
And I remember he said something along the lines of, people think this is fake, and but this legitimately happened, and I get it. It's all a show. I get it, but I mean, they really do get hurt. I mean, look at Seth Rollins he was the hottest thing in wrestling, and then what happened? Blew out his knee in some undercard fluke match, and then just dropped. Never came back with the same height that he had when he left.
He says he's the best in the world, but after he hurt his knee, he's not.
He's not. You could tell that it took something out of him. He's not the same wrestler that he was before.
It's a performing arts. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, like, to me, I would think it'd be like no different than like dance or acrobatics or something like that. It might not be, a quote unquote sport, but it definitely takes athleticism and just being just a millimeter off or whatever. You can hurt yourself or kill yourself or whatever.
Yeah,
it just ruined your whole career in a blink. Just stepping wrong or anything.
and the
wrong
toll,
timing and
the toll that the training and the beating takes. If you ever get a chance to watch the 30 for 30 with Ric Flair. Never liked Ric Flair. Couldn't stand the guy. Still don't like him. But the 30 for 30 with Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Man, he goes back and talks about when he first got into wrestling and the training that he did and the beating that he took by his coach. It's like, man, you must really want it to just continuously just get beat up like that. And he talked a lot about that. But I just thought it was really cool that he gave that backstory about how he almost quit because of the beating that he took in training. He almost quit. He almost gave up.
I couldn't stand that guy.
I couldn't stand him. I still can't. I never liked Ric Flair. Never.
I think he hit on my sister once.
You didn't punch him in the nuts?
I wanted to. My sister was working at this restaurant called, I think it was called Baby Dolls. And he went up there and he was trying to hit on my sister. My sister was probably like in her 20s at the time. I was a little kid, probably like I don't know, like 10 or 9.
maybe he was just really nice.
Maybe overly
Maybe
nice.
it was just you just didn't like Ric Flair and you didn't want him talking
probably.
to your sister at all.
Yeah. Ric Flair was, man, I couldn't stand him.
I couldn't stand him. Michael Hayes,
Yeah.
Freebirds, Jimmy Garwin. I couldn't stand those guys. Jimmy Garwin. He's actually the first guy that had a woman valet.
Really?
Yeah, Jimmy Garwin, and it was local.
Huh. I didn't know that.
He was friends with the Freebirds.
Yeah. I remember the Freebirds.
I think he was the first white guy I saw with an afro. But anyway.
But yeah. We went off a lot on wrestling tonight, but I just wanted to bring in Drew McIntyre. I guess we kind of went off on that. But we hadn't talked wrestling in a long time, and
No, we hadn't.
I know that
Scouter's going to be happy.
Yeah, and
Your poster child.
Earl of Pearl is going to be happy.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring it up because he is better than I wasn't giving him a chance. I gave him a chance, and he's better than I thought. But he still doesn't deserve headline WrestleMania.
You know what really irritates me about it right now is that Goldberg has got the Universal title.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
That aggravates me. So
I don't like it. You know, Goldberg has never been able to wrestle, man.
No,
I like Goldberg,
he's a gimmick.
but he is probably the most overrated flipping gimmick in wrestling ever, man. Because he went in
He's
there
like your friend's cool dad. You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody loves him because he's the badass. It's like
Yes.
that is a man right there.
Yes.
You know.
I remember watching on ESPN once. He was at a golf tournament, and he was walking between holes, and it was right next to a pond. And this fan just broke the line and ran up to him and started doing like kind of punching him kind of softly, you know. And he didn't know who he was. So Goldberg grabs this guy by his neck, grabs him by his pants, threw him in the pond.
That's why I like Goldberg.
And this was.
Yeah, he's just like that cool guy, man. It's
Because
like,
there's no way
he's
I'm
a
gonna
badass. We don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's no way I'm gonna go up to Goldberg and say you suck.
Like
Yeah.
he's not like a mean badass. He's just one of those to just be like, kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You would
Yeah.
think you'd just be like, you know, like
Yeah.
that cool, calm. I know knowingly is a bad motherfucker. You don't mess with. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like.
But this cat jumps out of the water and like he's cheering himself.
Wouldn't you be? You just got chunked in a pond by
Got
Goldberg.
turned in the pond by Goldberg. It was awesome.
I wanted to do it in the ring with me. But that's just me. But it was so funny because you can clearly say this guy was drunk.
Yeah.
You know, like he was like just punching him, and Goldberg looks down at him like, "Who the hell are you?" Grabs him and just chunks him, and like I said, man. So, but that's pretty funny. But I don't know. I'm just not happy with.
Yeah, I don't like it either. But that's WWE for you, man.
You know, because the way it works, and I know this is like an unwritten rule. The old guys they push the young guys. That's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to build up Bray Wyatt, and you lose
To Goldberg.
to Goldberg. Come on, man.
And it's not that you just lose to Goldberg. You lose the belt to Goldberg.
So
Well, maybe you can have a comeback
yeah,
and flip it back around where it's like, oh, look what he did.
I don't know. It's just Bray Wyatt. I like what he's doing right now. That's just me. I like his character.
I like the Fiend. I don't like Bray Wyatt. I don't like him when he does his little fun house. I don't like that.
I like it
But
better than he
I
did.
like the Fiend. I definitely like it better than the crap he was playing before.
Yeah.
When he was just himself, he didn't have multiple personalities. But I just think the fun house is.
I like it because he makes fun of himself.
I do like that part of it. I just think the whole spiel of it, the whole like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood thing, is just. I think
that was
don't like it.
all his idea too.
Well, that's why it's stupid.
Well, it's not like anybody else is doing a lot of legwork over there anyway.
Yeah.
So, but I like the Fiend. I do like.
Yeah.
I like that part of it. I just wish they would have done more with Sister Abigail, man. I wish they would have.
Oh, I was gonna say that March 1st, Matt Hardy's officially cleared by his.
Really?
He no longer has a contract.
No longer. Guess
Yeah.
where he's going?
AEW probably.
I hope so.
So
Man, that would be awesome.
So the Dark Order, which I know you love on AEW,
They're my favorite.
They're talking about the Exalted One, and it's like
Okay.
you know, the Exalted One will be here soon.
You put him there, I'll be a fan of the Dark Order.
So
I'm an instant fan.
But what?
Spoiler alert, it's Goldberg.
Oh man! Or it's
Then they'd be just as stupid as WWE if they did that.
or it's Drew McIntyre.
Oh man, they'd be even more stupid.
So
So yeah, that would be instant credibility for those guys.
But rumor has it is what's his name? The other guy with Bray Wyatt, the dark hair.
Luke Harper.
The rumor is it's Luke Harper.
I would like that too. I'm a big Luke Harper fan.
So that's the rumor on that. So
I'm a big Luke Harper fan. I like him. I liked him and Eric Rowan.
Yeah.
More than I like Bray Wyatt in the Wyatt family.
Yeah, they got pushed pretty hard. I think a couple of years ago, and then they just got
they
stopped.
just kind of fell, man.
So I don't know.
And they were the Bludgeon Brothers, but one of them got hurt, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then that kind of just fell apart.
So new this week, the Gronkster.
Oh yeah, he signed
with WWE.
WWE, which is again another stupid move by WWE.
But you know who's really happy is Mojo Rawley, because that's his best friend.
I didn't know they were such good friends.
Yeah.
Well, Mojo's coming back. I don't, man. Mojo won the Battle Royale and then fell off, man. The Andre the Giant. He won the Andre the Giant.
He doesn't get popped.
I know, man. He won it. They tried to push him, and he just man, it never happened for him.
So the people they should push is Cesaro.
I'm a huge Cesaro fan.
They should push Cesaro. They should push
when him and
Rusev.
No, when him and Sheamus were together.
Yeah.
The bar. I like that. That was cool. But anyway,
they should push Rusev. They should push Bobby Lashley. They should push Bobby Roode.
I'm a big Bobby Roode fan.
They should push Aleister Black, which is already doing it already, but they won't. So they won't push these other guys.
Really. I liked Roode when he was in TNA.
Yeah,
he was one of my favorites over there.
So I think this week they're gonna do the TNA. I guess it's Return to TNA, and
okay.
And Mr. Anderson's supposed to be on it. So he's fighting D'Lo Brown.
Awesome.
Do you remember D'Lo Brown?
Oh yeah, get the tables.
So
come on, man. How can I forget D'Lo Brown, man?
So he's supposed to be fighting him, and there's some other people coming back. I forgot who it was. I think it was the other guy from
the Dudleys were
Motor City Machine Gun guys.
Yeah.
I can't think of the guy's name. Chris Sabin.
Chris Sabin. Yeah.
So he's coming back too. So.
But the Dudleys, man, they were second to the Hardy Boys to me, man. The Dudleys were...
Yeah, they were... To me, it was Edge and Christian, the Dudleys, and the Hardys.
Yeah.
That's where I saw it. Because Edge and Christian were... I think they actually thought up the tables and ladders stuff. And
wait, you said Devon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I said D'Lo.
Oh, I don't know D'Lo.
D'Lo used to be with Aces and Eights.
Yes. Okay.
So,
I thought you said Devon.
No, D'Lo.
Okay. Aces and Eights. Yeah, that's Bully Ray was the leader of Aces and Eights. Yeah.
There was a lot of people in Aces and Eights.
But anyway, I thought you were talking Devon.
Yeah.
But D'Lo, I do know D'Lo, but he wasn't the Dudleys.
Yeah, he's actually a writer for Impact right now.
Devon?
No, D'Lo.
Oh, D'Lo. Okay.
So
you kept talking, and I was getting confused, and I was like, wait a minute, he's not talking about Devon. Because I thought you said Devon, and I was like, what? Because Devon was the Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But they were both in TNA, too.
Yeah, they were both in TNA, and they both were... well, no, Devon wasn't Aces and Eights, though.
So... And I know I talked about this to you off show, but... Impact Wrestling right now. I don't know where it's going. I do like Tessa Blanchard a lot.
Okay, let me just say this. This is, and we talked about this the other day, and I want to bring this up. TNA used to have the absolute best women's division. Mm-hmm. Their women's division was incredible, man. It far surpassed the divas in the WWE.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah. But now they have arguably the best female wrestler
in the world.
Not just in America, in the world.
Right.
In Tessa Blanchard. And they rip the women's division apart by having her win the men's, which is great. I love it. But tore your women's division
Yeah.
apart by doing that.
They have right now. They have like 12 women on the roster,
Yeah.
and only 5 of them are active.
Yeah. It just irritates me.
Not counting Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but it irritates me because they push for their division and they push for this uprise, and then you just make their belt look like it's nothing.
Yeah.
By having Tessa Blanchard win the win the men's belt. If you want to do it, have her be both. You know, I don't get that. I don't get that. I think it's awesome that she crossed that bridge, and she's the first ever female ever to hold a men's title.
Yeah.
But have her have both. Why is she not both?
Because like the current champion, I forgot her name. Dang it. But it's like you're slapping her in the face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're degrading the women's belt by having a women, and I'm not saying that I don't want people to think that I don't think it's awesome.
No,
It's fantastic. It's great that she did that, but don't tarnish the female division by doing that.
I think what they should have done is like let her win that, and then give it up the belt like really really quick afterwards. So that's just me. But I don't know, man. It's just one of those things.
But I don't know, man. And I'm not a woman. I don't know what women think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe women love it. Maybe I'm way off course, and if I am, please let me know. But I just think that it's a slap in the face to the female champion. I'm trying to look it up here.
Yeah, I can't think of the woman it's the current Knockouts champion, but she's actually really good. She's short and stocky, and she's like I think she's weightlifting champion, but she's really good. And whenever she won the belt, Tessa won the other one, and so I think eventually Tessa's gonna sign with AEW. That's just me.
That would be awesome.
And it's gonna leave Impact like high and dry, but I don't know. I want Impact to do better. That's just me. But they keep signing these people for short terms, and then they push them, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
And so that to me is kind of irritating. But and they got these guys locked up. They got a couple guys that are locked up for like they got Eddie Edwards, they got Moose. And
which man, when the Wolves were together,
they were like the top 3 tag team of that whole. To me, it was Young Bucks, the Usos, and it was the Wolves at the time when they were together. And I thought, man, the Young Bucks are the best. The Usos were right up there.
It says the current champ is Jordan Grace.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She's actually really, really good. She's really strong. But you're kind of slapping her in the face.
Yeah,
right now,
that's what I think. But the I know I got off the Wolves there, but the Wolves, man, they were awesome, man.
Yeah.
They were. I know that when I was big, when I was watching TNA weekly, and they were my go-to. It was Mr. Anderson and the Wolves for me. They were my man. When they were on there, I was glued. And I remember I can't think of her name right now. She was
the Knockouts champion?
Yeah.
Madison Rayne?
Madison Rayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's actually there right now.
Yeah. Is she still there?
But she's tiny, dude.
Yeah.
She's like.
But I always.
Yeah. She's good.
Man, she was always my favorite, man.
They're right now they're pushing Eddie Edwards' wife. I can't think of her name, but she's not very good.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's his wife right now. She's wrestling. She's one of the active members on Impact, but she's not very good. But anyway. We're 1 minute and 48 seconds in.
48 seconds.
Yeah. You guys want to talk about something else for 10 minutes?
I don't know.
You know?
All I can think about is Westworld.
Westworld. Well, let's talk about Westworld.
You can talk about Westworld.
I don't know a thing about Westworld.
It's fantastic. You should.
I know it's thundering like crazy outside.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope you're gonna
Thunder
be.
and lightning.
Are you gonna be okay driving home?
I might be floating home.
Make sure you have a life preserver,
I know.
just in case this dork's gonna think he's gonna drown.
It's called my belly. I just inflate my belly and I'll be all right.
Yeah, just eat some Doritos and you'll be good.
I like Doritos. Do you have any Doritos?
No, I
No,
wish
we
it
don't have any
did.
Doritos. We have a lot of chicken.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Chris helped us out with.
Yeah.
I said some. You got all.
Yeah. What was I doing? I was just grabbing chicken left and right,
Yeah.
wasn't I?
Well, he said Ash said get chicken, so he's like, oh, there's chicken. Oh, there's more chicken. Oh, there's another chicken.
I meant like a package of it, so I can I mean that works. It's gonna have chicken nuggets for a long time.
Were we having chicken or chicken?
Chicken and chicken, and I bought hamburger meat too.
Yeah. Yeah,
But whatever, it'll get eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hit it from both fronts. She was at Fiesta, I was at Sam's with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I love Sam's.
me too.
I love that place. We go there about every 2 weeks. But I tell you this, I've never seen it that bare of
It was
product.
bad. It was bad.
But the people, I think there was more people than product.
yeah,
You hear that now?
man, that's too much.
That's too much.
So Westworld, Ash, season 3. I'm pretty excited to
me
have
too.
Aaron Paul in there.
Yeah.
I'm curious on how they're gonna write how they're gonna write him.
Yeah.
Whether he's gonna be a bad guy, good guy, neutral.
I think he's a cop.
Is he?
I think so. I think he's like a detective or something because in this season they get to the outside, and I'm not really sure what's going to happen.
And they still have all the old characters coming back in
Some.
different forms,
Yeah. Yeah,
So it's like almost like American Horror Story, but
kind of,
but robots,
but not really. Yeah,
but robots.
but those robots are all the same ones, and not this. They're not different ones.
Yeah.
Their character, they might be reprogrammed to be different characters,
Yeah.
but now they're all remembering all their lives and all that stuff.
Yeah, it looks almost like the trailer looks almost like a superhero movie,
Yeah,
almost
almost.
like a superhero spy movie.
Yeah,
Like she's like jumping down from the ceiling and landing, and it looks kind of
but
cool.
the question is Dolores really a hero?
Yeah,
I mean, kind of, but not really at the same time,
man, I really like her too.
Yeah, I do too.
I think to be honest with you, I think she should have been Captain Marvel.
Really?
Yeah.
Evan Rachel Wood, I love her. My friend Vanessa got to make out with her before.
Really?
Yep, back when she used to date Manson.
I want to be your friend's friend.
I do too. I do too.
But I
It's
think
like that's what I think of almost every time. I'm like,
I think Dolores should have been Captain Marvel
yeah, possibly.
because
But
like she's badass.
she is. I've liked her since she was in since that movie 13.
She doesn't make enough shows or movies.
She does. You just gotta look for them. She's very particular, but she's not had the best experience with the
Yeah.
with not to get too heavy, but she hasn't had the best experience with the whole entertainment
Yeah.
industry.
Is that the Harvey Weinstein stuff?
Well, not specifically, but similar things and past partners and
That sucks.
places of power that felt, people like that like to, when you get away from them, they like to
How
hold
did
you
you,
accountable. But
how did you think season 2 ended? What were your thoughts on that?
I'm trying to remember.
What was the chick's name y'all are talking about?
Evan Rachel Wood.
She's like super hot. I really like her. She's like in fuego.
But she's really smart and she's a really good, she's a big activist over in California for like
She can activate
she
me.
helped sir talking about like she's done a lot for victims of sexual abuse and things like that,
dang it.
helping
Why did you do
no,
that?
like she helped sponsor a bill
Yeah.
that got passed there recently about
Well,
statute of
that's-
limitations and stuff like that. So she is not only looks like a badass, she is one.
Well, I'm pretty excited about this season. So
I am too. I'm
as soon
sad that Ben Barnes isn't going to be on it, but I don't guess there's anything more that they can do with his character.
Yeah.
But I love him.
I think as soon as I download this episode and load it, I'm gonna watch it. So I'm gonna try to watch it. So pretty excited.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Pay for HBO for a reason.
Chris is pulling her up right now.
For that and Euphoria, which I don't come back until the summer. I really like that.
She dated Marilyn Manson.
Yeah. It's been about probably 10 years, but at one point in time she did.
Wow. Every time I think about her,
Her and my friend, I guess it's when they're filming his heart-shaped glasses video is when they met.
really?
Because Vanessa was in it and she was in the crowd during like the little concert scene.
Man.
This is my friend that I have the picture on,
Yeah.
her modeling picture on my wall in my bedroom.
So
Yeah, you should watch the show.
I don't have time to watch the show, dude.
whenever things slow down, whenever the kids
It's got-
the kids get out of the house.
He's got Anthony Hopkins in it and he's not
Yeah.
dead. That's a running joke because like I guess last year they were doing something. I don't remember which award show it was, but it came up like he was nominated for something. And Michelle was like, "Oh, it was so sad when they showed Anthony Hopkins. I was crying." I'm like, "He's not dead." No. It's like I thought he was dead. No, and so like anytime I see like an interview of him or some sort of news or like I'll see on a random thing, they'll tag Michelle and it's like still not dead.
Still not dead.
She's like, I cry.
It's a great show. It's like it has like the same budget that the Game of Thrones had.
Yeah.
So it's like it's pretty elaborate and I don't know. I love this. I love the show. I love the music. I love the premise of it. It's a great show.
I think it has a very, very good cloak of mystery to where you're not really quite sure what's going to happen and who's going to do what and what's going to go where, you know.
I mean, I'm captivated by the West, that genre. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like this season, but I'm kind of
I was kind of wondering where does it go from here? You know?
So I mean, I like the fact that they did the West and then they did like the Far
Japanese,
East, Far East stuff. So that was kind of cool. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like because Aaron Paul's in it and then Dolores is in it. But you know, I'm going. I don't know, man. Maybe I gotta reach for this one, but no, I'll probably like it.
Yeah,
So,
no, it should be. Yeah, it is getting pretty heavy.
Yeah.
You know?
Anywho, so we got 3 minutes left. We could do shout outs, I guess. Now I want to do shout out to, I already did it earlier, Earl Kennedy, Earl the Pearl. And then Nate Goldstein. Hopefully he listens to this.
Yeah, he just found out we got a podcast.
He just found out we had a podcast. And who else did we tell recently about the podcast? I don't know. I don't recall either. I think we told Nate, and I think that's about it. So shout outs to anybody?
Shout out, just any of our new listeners or
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I guess the old ones too. So
And Nunez.
yeah.
Yeah, Michael Nunez. Yeah.
We're looking for you and any documentarians that might be out there. We wanna.
He used to run.
capture
He
this.
used to run really fast.
Does he run really fast? You can do like Brandon when Did I tell you about when he found his
He told me about that.
his middle school rival and he challenged him in a race? But bless him that he went and he ran with this guy in jeans and like skater shoes, like hard soled skater shoes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he came in second place again.
Speaking of, when is he in town?
I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Because
I don't know. No, I don't think anybody's going anywhere anytime soon. But
yeah.
I don't know. We just talk about it and just say that it's going to happen. We just don't know when.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We look forward to having him on.
Yeah.
So
Possibly. That'd be.
hopefully,
He's
fingers crossed.
just busy. You know.
Fingers crossed.
He's
But
very busy.
shout out to my babies,
Especially,
Carly, Zoe, Kylan, and Lainey,
yeah.
and my wife, Brittany.
I like Pumpernickel.
Brittany. I'm looking at the picture on my
Yeah.
thingy, and
I'm just glad. I'm glad Carly's okay.
yeah,
That was.
because
I was having anxiety about that too.
I was too. You think you were?
I was having anxiety for you.
Thanks, man.
So,
I was not fully like happy until she walked down
yeah.
to the baggage claim at the airport, and I could put my arms around her because
Yeah.
you know me. I was a wreck at work, man.
That was scary, man. I didn't want to tell you that at the time,
No, it was.
but it was pretty scary.
Trust me, I was scared. I thought my daughter was gonna get trapped in New York, and
Oh yeah, because all the
yeah.
confusion going
Well,
on.
because everything went so fast, and here Trump's talking about the whole country's on a state of emergency, and I'm like, okay, my daughter's in New York right now.
Well, yeah, and they were whenever they passed the travel bans, they weren't really clear on what country,
Yeah.
and so people were
Yeah.
staying here and missing their flights that didn't have to, and
Yeah.
so on and so forth like that. It's just people don't have their
crazy.
their ducks are still running around. They don't have them in a row.
Yeah. So she was in New York, and Friday I was not. Yeah,
Right.
I might as well not have been at work because
Yeah.
my brain was just on. I need my baby home.
You're an autopilot.
Yeah, I really was.
So I think I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do stuff.
Yeah,
Chris is
I'm
doing his own thing. I'm gonna go do stuff.
I'm glad you were doing stuff, man. Because, like I said, I just wanted my baby home, man.
Yeah. But she's back,
She's back. She's good. No coronas.
and she can correct you all she wants.
All she wants. Yeah. So,
Anywho,
yeah.
I just wanted to tell everybody, thank you for downloading us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being fans. I am posting this next podcast, and I'm going to be putting the Twitter handle on our Facebook handle. So if you guys want to download it and just friend us and give us a comment or a suggestion or something, it'd be awesome. So anyway, Ash, you got anybody else to shout out to?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week when we welcome Ken the Marvelous Marvel.
Yeah.
Here we go.